7,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria this year. 7,000. According to Newsweek, the story came out. And you don't hear much about it, okay? You don't. You hear a lot more about Gaza than you hear about Christians. Christians get killed. Even some Christians don't talk about it enough. They put more focus onto what's going on with Gaza because it's easier to have a enemy that is disliked than this. However, this is the reality of it, what's going on in Nigeria right now. 7,000 Christians have been killed during the first 220 days of 2025. A civil society watchdog says this is an average of 35 killings a day, according to a recent report published by the Nigeria-based Human Rights NGO and International Society for Civil Liberties and the Rule of Law. Nigeria has long been an epicenter of Christian persecution, with more Christians killed for their faith in Nigeria than in the rest of the world combined. Damn. According to human rights organization Open Doors, which monitors the persecution of Christians around the globe, the violence has displaced at least 12 million Christians since 2009. 16 years, according to Inner Society. That year marked the start of Boko Haram's insurgency to establish a caliphate in Nigeria and the broader Sahel. In the 16 years since, Inter Society estimates 189,000 civilians have been killed, 125,000 of whom were Christians, and 60,000 were liberal Muslims. The Inter Society reports that 7,087 Christians were killed in Nigeria between January 1st and August 10th, and that 7,800 were abducted in the same period. The report identified Benue State and Nigeria Middle Belt as among the hardest hit, with at least 1,100 deaths, including the Yalawata massacre in June, with 280 Christians were killed. Rob, if you have a clip to play, is this the clip of the gentleman explaining what's going on, or this is the one them running out? Okay, go for it. It's after church service, I believe, by the way.
That's every gunshot you're hearing is hitting a person.
My people, my family members, they died in this house. 11. And some died in the other store. 8. Some died here. My whole family members that died yesterday, day before yesterday, on that very day, they were 20. That is my own family members. I'm not talking about any other thing. That is my own family members. This is my store. Those shops are my stores. Those places are being burned.
Please walk.
Those places, this place is being burned. Here and up, my house is up there. That place also is burned. And the store where I pack my goods, I store my goods everywhere, is burned. They burned my clothes, they burned everything, they burned our food. All my family members, what we came out with is our clothes, what we wear. And I, standing here, this is what I came out with. And this is the only thing that I have. There's no anything with me.
Vinny, thoughts?
Going back to exactly what I was talking about, and it's like, I'm going to be honest. I had no idea. And why is that? Because the mainstream media doesn't give a damn, and they're not reporting this. It took Bill Maher. And you guys know me. I'm one of the most critical about this freaking guy, TDS. He goes back, he goes left, he goes right. It took him having Nancy Mace on to bring this up. Bob, you want to play this clip?
Yeah,
play this clip, please.
Nigeria, I mean, the fact that this issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck.
Yep.
You are in a bubble. And again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Thank you. Because no one will talk about it, so thank you.
Absolutely.
And so why? Is it because, and he said this, Adam, I know you said this at a point, I got to give you credit where credit's due. No Jews, no news, okay? This is a calling for all the Christian people. Like, where are you at? And you said it, I had to highlight it. In 2023, 4,100 Christians killed. That's 82% of all faith-based related killings worldwide. Guys, 84% of every Christian dying is right there. Okay, and meanwhile, guess what the U.S. lawmakers are pushing? They're pushing. They haven't declared anything, labeling Nigeria a country of particular concern. All right, what particular concern? The concern is there, and this guys, and the most powerful part. And I have to hold back my freaking emotions with all this persecution, Pat. 94% of Nigerian Catholics are still going to mass every week. Wow. Their faith is freaking unshaken, even in the face of death. Rob, can you play this clip? Look at this. Look at that. They're refusing. Holy moly. God bless them. Look at this.
We praise your name.
Wow. You can stop it, Rob. So that's what faith over fear. Look at that, Tom. Faith. And they're not stopping. They're not stopping. And I absolutely love Pat. They can't. What are they going to do? Bow down and say, no, we're sorry. No. You got to stick up for your faith, and that's it. Wow.
Tom.
This is heavy stuff. And I'm glad to finally see it coming out in media so that people can see the truth of what's going on in this world. This is why the world needs a savior. And what you have here is you have people understanding that a church is not a building. A church is a gathering of believers who are supporting each other, holding hands in the remnant of a building there, not knowing if their oppressors are going to return to finish the job on them. That is faith in action. That is faith over fear. And what you also have is, although Nigeria is rich in resources, they got a lot of natural resources. The way to get people to help you in this world is to have oil, to have gold, or have rich minerals, and then the West that needs those is more likely to give you aid and come help. That's not a criticism, that's a fact. And the thing that inspires me is that these people are living and trying to do it. What further inspires me is the churches and organizations around the world that are continuing to send missionaries and relief supplies into these areas. Darfur has been going on for 20 years now. Darfur, 20 years. And so to understand the power of the faith is to see it right there and to say, what could make someone there simply come together and pray? Not pick up arms, not go on a retaliation mission, but to come together and pray in encouragement. That's what this is all about. The number one persecuted group on earth is Christians. You can spin it any way you want, but you'd be wrong. This is what's happening. And they're returning prayer and peace in the face of persecution. And you've got governments. In this case, it happens to be a Sunni side of the Islamic tradition that is in control of the government, that is systematically trying to wipe everybody else out, specifically the Christians. And the reason the Christians are dangerous, if you ask, they will tell you, is because they're fearless and they keep talking about Christ and they keep attempting to bring the good news of Jesus to other people, which causes people to convert. It's not political. It's not. Are you scared about carrying a Republican or a Democrat voter ID? No, I'll just carry independent. So if anybody steals my wallet, they won't pick on me. No, these are people that are bringing the good news of Jesus Christ, and these people are unafraid. And that is what the other side fears, is the power of the Holy Spirit and people converting. So what do? They think that by burning the churches and killing the people that they're doing it. This is horrifying. But they are liberating, but they are also inspiring people to be missionaries, to reach out and do it. And I just wish that the attitude of the media wouldn't be the right people are dying.
Yeah.
Adam.
Well, I don't know how you guys haven't noticed this, but this is something that's been going on for years and years and years and years, and the media just doesn't cover it. But it doesn't take an investigative journalism to realize that the following, they famously say, not all Muslims are terrorists, but all terrorists just happen to be Islamists. And I would like to separate what it is between it being an Islamist or jihadist, between a normal, peace-loving Muslim. Like, let's get real here. But all these groups have something in common, whether it's ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Taliban, the Boko Haram that's just murdering Christians in Nigeria, whether it's the Islamic Jihad, whether it's the Houthis in Yemen, they're all jihadists. So which makes me wonder, Hamas is literally one of these groups. This is their function. They want to kill people who are not like them. The only difference is all these other groups are focusing on Christians. Hamas just happens to be focusing on Jews. But they famously say, first they come for the Saturday people, but then guess what? Then they come for the Sunday people. These people do not want to coexist. What don't you get, guys? What don't you get? I mean, you know, you might have your criticism of what's going on in Gaza, but Jews or Israelis, because not all Israelis are Jewish, have a very deep understanding of it's kill or be killed. Unfortunately, you think you're going to negotiate with Boko Haram? You think you're going to reason with these people that are literally mowing people down? They're leaving church. They have a higher calling from Allah to commit jihad or practice jihad, and there's nothing stopping them. You know, Pat, you always talk about choose your enemies wisely. You know, and you give credit to your enemies. You give them credit because they're very clear in what they want. They want to take you out in business or they want to take you out in life. And it's very clear what's happening. You said no Jews, no news. Correct. Why are there protests just for Gaza? I mean, show me a protest for what's going on in Nigeria. Christians getting mowed down, nothing. Show me a protest for what's going on in Sudan, millions of people. Show me a protest of what's going on in Ukraine at this point, nothing. So the hypocrisy that comes from, oh, well, it's a genocide in Gaza. There's other countries in the world where Christians are being persecuted, not just persecuted, killed, beheaded. You see what's going on in Syria.
That's literally, they're trying to do 125,000 people.
Murdering. You see what happened with the Druze and the Christians in Syria. But, you know, I always have fun when I see people doing the Free Palestine. Okay, cool, I respect that. And I said, you see these interviews, why are you doing this? We're anti-war. Great. Name me one other protest you've ever been to. Name me one other. No, this is the only thing I've ever done. So that's the hypocrisy, that they've never gone to any other anti-war protests other than what's going on in Gaza.
I tell you what, though, man, let me tell you guys, if there's anything, like I had a very intense conversation with one of my kids last night, very intense conversation with one of my kids last night. You have to be very careful, man, to not fall for the mob. And just because somebody is so convincing in their delivery of their message, you cannot be, and you may sit there and you may be like, well, he seems like he's this, he seems like he's that, he seems like he's this. And he's like, yeah, oh my God, that's what they're doing. And you're like, oh my God, I'm feeling it. And you're like, hey, pump the brakes, bro. This is how you all of a sudden get recruited into a mob. Be very, very careful of how you get manipulated and brainwashed into certain things, okay? You have to be. They do it to kids. They do it to adults. It doesn't matter if you're 70 years old, 80 years old, 22 years old, 42 years old, or 13 years old. They're going to come after you to try to brainwash you. And almost, you know what percentage falls for it? You know what percentage falls for it? What percentage of people think fall for brainwashing? For the mob? What percentage? I'm going to give you a number. I bet you're not going to get it right. What do you think the number is?
80 to 90.
What percentage falls for it? I'm going to tell you a number.
For the brainwashing.
Falls for the mob.
90.
Getting a hold of your brain.
90%?
And you're like supporting something that's absolutely
ridiculous.
90? What percentage falls for it,
I'll say
Tom?
90.
I'm going 66.
What are you going to say?
Yeah, 40%, 50%.
100%. All of us do.
See that?
All of us do. Anybody who's sitting here acting like, oh, that would never happen to me, you're part of it as well. No one walks on water. I'm telling you, for myself, I have to watch for it. I'm better off thinking all of us are, are potential victims to falling for the mob. Everybody. Good, bad, horrible people, it doesn't matter. The most noble person can fall for the flipping mob. This is not about like, I have more education, it can't happen to me. The most educated people have been bought into the mob. The ones with the fanciest degree that are part of this community are recruited into the mob, by the mob. Go to universities. Where do you think most of these dumb protests are happening? Where? And you ask them basic questions they don't have an answer for. This has been a record-breaking month in the history of the company with Manek. Massive. I've never gotten this many Maneks Rob is talking about the amount of Menex is getting, but there's one massive announcement that we've been working on. The first strategic partner that became the biggest shareholder outside of us in Menex, and it's a great story. I don't want you to watch the whole 5-minute clip. We'll post it on social afterwards. I just want you to watch the first minute on how exciting this is. There's so many big things happening behind closed doors with Menex. We're hiring machine learning engineers left and right. And we're hiring right now. If you're looking at the saying, I want to be part of Menex, I want to be part of ET, we're aggressively hiring. But this is our latest strategic partner with Menex that just happened. Last Friday, we shot the video. The announcement internally was finalized 2 weeks ago. Go ahead, Rob.
I have a big announcement to make to you today. Let me tell you what it is. For Menex, Menex today, September, the biggest month the company's ever had in the history. But the announcement is very simple. We've been working for 1 year. I have a very special guy sitting next to me today who is officially the biggest strategic partner and investor in Menex, and that's none other than Tony Robbins.
How you doing, brother?
Excited about this partnership.
Thanks for coming by.
Yes, of course.
I'm excited too. I mean, if you're watching, I think one of the most important principles of success in business that's certainly shaped my life is proximity is power. The first multi-billionaire I met, he's saying, tell me your goals, tell me your dreams. And I told him all about them. And he says, Tony, if you want to do that, you got to know a lot of these certain people. He goes, how much time do you spend with those people? I said, almost never. He goes, brother, what made me a billionaire is proximity is power. If you get in the environment with people that are the best in the world, you're 1 or 2 people away from the deal that you want to make. But if you're trying to do something you don't know anybody, you can forget it. And what I love about this is you're democratizing it. You're making it so we get access to people. If you go on LinkedIn, it's really nice, but most people are not going to respond. You know, maybe 10% of the people respond if they're a player. They don't have time and energy. But in my case, I'm doing this and I'm just donating the money that's received. I just want to empower people and help people and go on this journey with you because I know what's coming. I don't think you're announcing everything.
No, not yet. They don't know everything that's coming.
Pause it right
Amazing
there.
thing.
You can pause it right there. We'll post a video all over social afterwards. Guys, this is the last week, the amount of downloads with the app right now, it's unbelievable. Messages, calls, all of it. And everybody online is like, oh my God, you know, do these people charge this much? And do those people, is Pat $48,000 an hour? I'm actually not $48,000 an hour. For a keynote, it's $350,000 to $500,000 per hour that people pay gladly that we do. However, on Menex, if you want access, it's that much. FYI, 25 years ago, if you wanted to book President Trump to speak for 1 hour, you know how much it was 25 years ago? $1 million. And guess what? He was worth it. If you have access to people like this. Now, if you're watching this right now, you're saying, man, I want to be able to talk to, can I get a message back from Ray Lewis for $75? Yes. Can I message Terrence Howard, the actor? Yes. Can I message some basketball players and talk to them? Yes. Can I message some business people and find out how to raise money? Yes. Can I talk to some guys like Tony Robbins? Yes. That access is available. You can go out there and try to cold email somebody, less than 1% chance they respond. Instagram X tweet, less than 5% chance. LinkedIn's around 10%. Menex is 94% response rate. If you haven't yet used the app, you can download the app and start Menecting today. And we have so many more big announcements that's coming in. I think LinkedIn missed the opportunity. There's a massive business community that's looking for a place to network with each other. That's LinkedIn is becoming that for now. I'm excited about it. There's a lot of good things that are going on behind closed doors, but we just wanted to announce to all of you guys, Tony Robbins is officially the strategic partner with Menex. More announcements coming soon. I'm excited about it.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.